Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with their opponents. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. This will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Jameis to throw it. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the handoff, it's Akers. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line. Now Winston. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 26.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
A first down throw for Winston. That's caught once again by Gallup. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
They'll run here with Akers. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Akers. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week one. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
They begin with a run by Smith, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The chain, 2nd and 12. Here's a give to Smith. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. A give to Smith out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones, because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give running right is Akers. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Winston's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And some room to roam now. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A handoff to Smith, and he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense. Calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
And meanwhile, Winston's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Play action now. Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now he dumps this off over the middle and give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. They'll try and run for it with Smith. Smith with a first down and more. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A first down carry for Smith. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check. Blue draw Porkers.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Yo, go, go!
From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The Patriots into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Leo!
On the ground, this is Smith. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
22-jet bomber. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready.
On the carry, here's Smith. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now!
56.
On the counter, it's Smith. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now here's a timeout, as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Lawrence will throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Pats are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is down to a field goal. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Yes.
Check 56.
Smoke.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. A gain of 6 there on first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the...
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Here's Winston. He's got his man. It's Gallup. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 31 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Going right back to Akers. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On third down, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Lawrence to throw. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play there for New England. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 56, the mic, boys, 56.
On the run, it's Smith. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
2nd down and 5.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Now Lawrence to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They go play action now. Lawrence going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Smith. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Mike 56. Mike 56. I'm going for back.
Hey, Zoo.
Back to you.
Protein spell.
56. Check 56. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Here's Lawrence. And he will find his man on the outside. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
You better bring it. 6-6, bullet high. Clear.
They run the counter. It's Smith, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Hey, exit.
Lawrence. He's got Smith here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard. And just like that, it's 3rd down. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. On play action, Winston. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock. really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10.
56. So we got man. 56 to Mike. 58.
Now Lawrence. This is Smith with the ground. He'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 2nd down, it's Smith, and he's got some space here. And all the way in, touchdown, New England. A great play there, 40 yards, and the Patriots have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, Winston. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Winston's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's a run with Akers on second down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Jameis to throw it. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Akers. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Now Winston. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Patriot defense has a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jennings. 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll throw again. Winston. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Winston now. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Jennings. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Again, it's Winston. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
On 3rd down, Winston. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Throwing, Winston. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, You'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. Here's Winston. And it'll be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.